Weirdest food safety moments of 2022. Last week's spinach recall in Australia was pretty weird. Here's some more about that, plus a collection of other weird events and recalls from the year. Hallucinogenic spinach. Authorities in Australia have recalled baby spinach and salad products containing baby spinach from a single supplier after 120 people were affected by symptoms including delirium and hallucinations. The symptoms are being blamed on contamination with unsafe plant material. It's not out of the question that this is a deliberate contamination event, although the local health authority said initial investigations are suggestive of accidental contamination. And I'm going to quote from a doctor from the New South Wales Poisons Information Centre. The patients that have been quite unwell have been to the point of marked hallucinations where they're seeing things that aren't there. They can't give a good recount of what happened. What type of weeds could cause these symptoms? They are, according to the local health department, suggestive of anticholinergic syndrome, which can be caused by plants including nightshade, datura, and mandrake. Mandrake contamination of spinach caused food poisoning that required hospitalisations in Italy earlier this year, with one person needing intensive care. Mandrake does not grow wild in Australia, but silver-leafed nightshade and datura do. Datura has featured in food safety incidents before, and I wrote about it in Plant Toxins That Kill in issue number 55. It's known as Jimson weed in some countries and thorn apple in Australia. The leaves have an angular shape and an unpleasant odour when crushed, so one would imagine they would be identifiable as a contaminant to spinach harvesting or packing workers and consumers. Mysterious. Silica beads in hot chocolate powder. Hot chocolate powder was recalled in Ireland in November due to the presence of silica beads of up to 3 mils in size. All pack types and all batches are affected. I asked an online food safety community group what they thought the source of the beads might be, and the most common answer was that this was a malicious contamination event. That seems unlikely to me. If a person with malicious motives had a chance to add something to the product, surely they would have chosen something more dangerous than silica beads. The source has not been publicly disclosed. Industrial chemicals served as milk. In July, I reported on how kids at a school in Alaska were accidentally served and drank construction chemicals that looked like milk. Someone had accidentally included containers of the construction chemical, a sealant used for floor tiles, in a bulk shipment of large bag-in-box containers of shelf-stable milk. The shipment was sent to a school district food warehouse. The boxes of sealant looked similar to the boxes of milk in the same shipment and were not declared on the shipping manifest. They were, however, labelled with warning notifications. 3 schools in the district received deliveries of floor sealant instead of milk. At one of the schools, a kitchen worker poured servings of the sealant into cups that were served to students at breakfast. 12 students and 2 adults drank the sealant, immediately experiencing burning in their mouths and throats, as well as nausea and headaches. All victims recovered. AIDS drugs in pork meat. Also in July, I shared the mind-boggling story of how some farmers in sub-Saharan Africa were feeding human AIDS medicines to their chickens and pigs. The medicines are cheap to obtain through government medical programs and help animals to grow faster and larger, as well as protecting them from diseases like African swine fever and Newcastle disease. Residues of human antiviral medicines have been found in pork and chicken meat and in commercial animal feeds in Uganda, in at least 2 separate peer-reviewed studies. In one study, 27% of pork samples were affected. For a list of sources, you'll need to go back to the original story in issue 47. There's a link in the email. Tick-borne brain virus spread by food. In October, we reported that a virus that causes encephalitis, inflammation of the brain, and that is usually only transmitted by tick bites, caused a foodborne illness outbreak that sickened 43 people in France. Investigators found that the virus had been transferred to goats by ticks while they were grazing outdoors. The viral particles were secreted in the goat's milk that was used to make raw, unpasteurised goat's cheese. The raw cheese was the source of the outbreak. Check out our October news roundup for a list of sources and links to more information about foodborne tick-borne encephalitis. And for more of the best of 2022, check out this post.